He may be one of the most polarizing directors over the past 10 years. We're talking about Rian Johnson with his trilogy sequel, Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out sequel. Let's discuss, spoiler free.
This is Popcorn for Breakfast, presented by St. Louis Area Smoothie Kings. Now, here are your hosts, Cam and Kirk.
Welcome back to Popcorn for Breakfast, the spoiler-free movie review podcast. That's Cam.
Here I am. I'm Cam. I was not ready for you to toss to me, but now I am.
And I'm Kirk, and we're so glad to have you here. We're talking about Knives Out. That's right. There was Knives Out.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was Knives Out Glass Onion, or was it Glass Onion Knives Out?
So I'll give you the short answer. It's Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery.
Okay.
So go ahead.
And now, the third final installment in the trilogy, Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. And that is strictly for marketing purposes.
That's what I was going to say. I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page about that. Like, I think that line at the end, the subtitle, a Knives Out mystery, probably makes Rian Johnson's eye twitch, a lot. And I think that he probably had a lot of arguments with Netflix marketing about it. Because both Glass Onion and this one were released under Netflix, whereas the first one was not. I understand it. I think we all understand it. But there are certain things that's just like, I mean, most egregiously and fresh in my mind is From the World of John Wick, Ballerina.
That one's the worst.
Terrible. Terrible. Again, I understand why they do it. But it's just like, it's bad.
Yeah, I feel like it's strictly internet age. It is strictly search engine optimization. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's like people may not know the subtitle. They might refer to it as Knives Out 3. And so they're like, we have to get Knives Out in there.
Yeah.
And they're worried about people not associating the films. I mean, you got to be, to me, like, good marketing can make up for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like, first of all, they didn't add the From the World of John Wick to Ballerina until like the 11th hour. It was kind of similar to like the Birds of Prey situation where they like changed it last minute because it was such a long title and they were worried about it. Anyway,
they couldn't fit it on the marquees anywhere.
Right, right. But if you market it well, like everybody knew that Ballerina was a John Wick movie, even people who weren't, because they had Keanu in the trailers. And I think that's what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like connect the synapses without being clunky with it.
Right. And this one, Wake Up Dead Man, Knives Out mystery. I mean, what a long title.
I don't even totally get doing it on these because of Benoit Blanc.
He's there. He is the character.
Put him front and center.
Right.
And we're all on board.
It's just like a book, right?
Yeah.
You have a central character. You know, like what was
Agatha Christie.
Yeah.
I mean, she had Hercule Poirot or she had Miss Marple. She had two different detectives.
Mm-hmm.
All the books have different names, but they did say on some of them a Miss Marple story, a Hercule Poirot tale.
Maybe it should say a Ryan Johnson mystery.
I think we need to challenge these marketers to be better.
What were the movies with Tom Hanks? Angels and Demons. What was the first one?
I'm
blanking as well too. Controversial to some degree.
I know.
For the cat. It's like the Catholic treasure hunt is what it was. No,
Yeah.
the Catholic National Treasure is what it was. So those
it's something
films,
about Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons. There's one other one sprinkled in there, and they
Yes.
didn't there was no through line at all.
There wasn't a Da Vinci Code mystery.
So I think what they should do, they should retcon each of these in reverse.
Agree.
So for Knives Out Mystery, I want them to drop it at like the 15th or 20th year anniversary. But for Da Vinci Code, I want them to say a Da Vinci Code mystery.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay. Motion passes.
Vote carries. Let's go.
Fantastic. Well, we'll get off of all of whatever conversation we just had, and then we're going to discuss strictly spoiler-free Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery.
Yes.
That's for the SEO that reads our audio, that listens to us. So for us, we're doing something crazy different. So strap in, listeners.
It's
because
time. Today's the day.
Oh man! So let me give you some behind the scenes story stuff. So the full structure of the podcast that has forever been changing. It was. I don't want to say stagnant because that's not the right word, but
No.
it was well structured for a long time. And Stefano came in and he's like, "Dude, I got an idea. Let's
A
go. Let's do
radical
this. So we've changed things to rounds with categories. We're still getting some cutesy names for our categories, so we can like pick them out of a hat or out of thin air. And now Cam came to me and he said, "I got an idea. Let's not call them rounds. Okay,
It's lame. Rounds is lame. We
That's
all
lame.
knew that. We all knew that.
We gotta clean this up." Okay, he said instead of round 1, round 2, round 3, we're gonna call this take 1, take 2, take 3. Pause what you're doing and just clap for Cam
It's
right
good.
now.
Thank you.
It's so good. Like the building blocks to from where we were that we're successful to where we are now. It's so beautiful. I love the full circle collaboration. It's beautiful.
It's good.
Take 1, take 2, take 3. As in, you take 1 for a shot of the film. You try it out with your actors and your production and your special effects, and you say, "Great, that was terrible. Let's do 70 more."
Which was my original thought.
Oh.
But then I realized that it's a double entendre. Is that what you're about to say?
Yes, go for it.
Yeah. Because like a take, like your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
once I realized that, it was like galaxy brain moment. Like, and then I was like, that's it. That's the one.
So we're so glad that you are here with us for Take 1, Take 2, Take 3, and Last Looks. All things are very film oriented, but not too highbrow for anyone to not understand. This is just like great terminology. Like I love oftentimes I've asked Cam like what does that mean? Like a sports term. I'm like, what did they just do? What did they just say there? And you're like blah 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 blah. And I never remember, but I always ask, and he's so kind to say it again. And that's what we're gonna do.
Never remember. No.
Oh, that's just because I'm not interested. I'm interested.
I love it.
I'm interested in you.
Yeah.
And your other passions outside of film.
That's okay.
But I can't remember a single one of them.
It's okay.
We'll go over them tomorrow. Here's where we start. Wake Up Dead Man, take 1, take 2, take 3. Cam, you're going to get a chance to talk about any kind of topic for each of those talking points for your opinions and for the double entendre. So take 1. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm going to start where everybody wants to start with a Knives Out movie, right? Which is what? The cast, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a whodunit, and everybody's kind of waiting to see who's going to be in the cast. I think we all secretly want them to do a Muppets one because that would be incredible. There's been a lot of chatter online about that. Muppets Knives Out. I don't know how we make it happen because it's like there's Netflix, there's Disney.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I think as a civilization, it's something we have to overcome because I think the payoff is too great to leave untapped. So just food for thought. I think it'd be great. I think it'd be really great.
Just a bunch of Muppets tanning on an island, Yeah,
you have like a bunch of Muppets. Obviously, Benoit Blanc is human. You scatter in a couple other humans.
Obviously, Miss Piggy is... Oh, no, that's Sesame Street.
No.
Oh, she's part of it.
She's
Okay,
Muppet.
great.
She's Muppet.
Obviously, Miss Piggy is in love with Benoit Blanc.
Yes.
Yes, obviously.
Right, obviously.
And Kermit finally gets jealous.
Uh-huh. I mean, there's a lot, and this was not my idea. I just want to say that, but it's genius, and it should be. But anyway, this is not the Muppet cast, unfortunately. We'll talk about the cast we've got here. It's a really interesting one, and I think we've all, since we've seen the release, there are some really, really interesting names in here when you think about Josh Brolin. Obviously, Josh O'Connor, who is sort of top billing out of this crew, which I think is telling, because some of these names, so outside of Josh O'Connor, you got Josh Brolin, you got Glenn Close, you got Andrew Scott, you got Jeremy Renner, you got Kaylee Spaney, Kerry Washington, Thomas Hayden Church, Mila Kunis. There's a ton of people in this cast, and it's a very eclectic group, like a group that you wouldn't just naturally throw together. I feel like the original Knives Out cast, you have to remember, Ana de Armas was not who she is now.
No.
You know what I mean? That movie was her launching pad. So when you look back at it in retrospect, you're like, okay, that cast kind of makes sense. It's kind of like a who's who kind of cast. But at the time, it was pretty eclectic. Glass Onion, on the other hand, made sense. That cast just kind of made sense together. When they announced it, you're like, yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. This cast, I feel like, is back to eclectic. It's an interesting mix of people who you wouldn't necessarily think would share this kind of movie. Here's what I will say about the cast. It's a mixed bag. There are highs and there are lows. The highs are really high. Josh O'Connor is stupendous.
Oh, good.
I think he's great. I have not seen him turn in a bad performance. I haven't seen every film of his. I love this dude. I think he's awesome. I mean, I've seen him in a couple movies this year. Challengers last year, incredible. He's really, really good. I can't understate that because in this movie he holds his own, and this is like, dude, this is his movie, and I mean, he just owns it all the way through. His character is front and center, the core of everything in this movie, the heart of the movie, its entire like ethos is Josh O'Connor's character.
Wow.
And he wears it so well. I mean, he just is, he is right for the moment. He is that good. The other high points, I mean, obviously you've got Daniel Craig. He's owns this character
with really long hair.
Really long hair,
yeah.
Which is a little bit to get used to, but it looks good, and he's so great.
Also, some behind the scenes information for our listeners is that, Cam, you have decided that you're going to start growing your hair out. Is it because of Daniel Craig in this Knives Out film?
It's not, and who knows if I will even go through with it, because every day my hair gets longer and looks worse, and I get more annoyed with it. But we'll see. Yeah, it's not going to look like that, hopefully. Because I don't really like that. But Daniel Craig is great. Glenn Close is great. Josh Brolin is great. Some people I thought would be great weren't. And that's kind of the interesting piece for me is like Kaylee Spaney. Loved her in Civil War. Did not think it super worked for her here. And I think part of it is like there are a couple characters who I feel like are just a little underfed in the story department. And I feel like hers is one of them. And that hurts a little bit. And I just felt like she never really clicked, never really got in gear. I felt similarly with Andrew Scott, which again, like so good. I mean, I just saw him in Blue Moon a few weeks ago and he was stupendous in that movie. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he got nominated for an Oscar for that movie. He's obviously been doing very good things for a long time. And is kind of like peaking right now. He has like his character is like very comedic actually, and like pretty zany. He had some moments, but it just like was not a great performance from him for me. So it's kind of a mixed bag. Like I feel like there are other people who are kind of like known commodities. Yeah. You know, like where it's like Kerry Washington, you kind of know what she brings to the table. She's good. She's solid. Who else am I thinking of?
Josh Brolin, Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner. I think Jeremy Renner is a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not going to get into his personal stuff, but as an actor, I feel like he's
his singing career.
Yeah, his app. No, I don't want to talk about any of that. But he he's a good actor. But I think like there are people who surprised me with how good there were, and then there were people who surprised me with how much it didn't click. And I think I've hit on everybody that I want to talk about. Thomas Hayden Church, again, like known commodity. Like I'm with you. I tend to not like him.
Thomas Hayden
I tend to not like him either. I thought he was fine in this movie. Like I thought Kerry Washington was fine. I thought Jeremy Renner was fine. But I really think like that top shelf of like Josh O'Connor, Josh Brolin, Daniel Craig, Glenn Close, really, really great. And yeah, good. So I would say overall, if I'm comparing all of the casts, like I like this cast a whole lot. I think it's like up there with the first movie's cast, which I still believe to be the best cast. But there are like a few missteps here and there.
Okay.
It's not perfect.
I think that's great. I'm glad that I'm someone who gravitates toward the acting first. So if ever in either you or Stefan or myself don't bring up acting in the first take, it drives me crazy because I want to talk about it immediately.
Yeah.
So thank you for satisfying that insatiable taste I have for how was the acting. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I think everybody wants to know about the cast.
Yeah, they do. Take two. Let's go story. I mean, it's a murder mystery. Love the story. Mm-hmm. I love it. I feel like it is so detailed, and I feel like actually, and this is not like a pat myself on the back, I'm so smart kind of thing. You and I had a similar take on the first Knives Out. Whenever it first came out, if you remember, the word of mouth was crazy on that movie. It was like, this is incredible. This is the best thing ever. We saw it as early as we possibly could. I think it was like some sort of like one day before.
Yeah, it was something like
option,
that screening. And you and I both liked it a lot. But we felt that we might have even, I think we reviewed it on this podcast too. The first one and the second one. But I felt it was predictable. And I think you had the same thing where it's like, you get to the end and you're like, that makes sense. that
You're in the study and Chris Evans says, yes, it was me. And you're like, but where's the other twist?
I know, you like want more, right? Like
Yes.
that's exactly how I felt. I was like, okay, they're going to pull something with us, because this is like, that's who I thought it was this whole time.
Yeah.
Just a little too predictable. And Glass Onion was good, but I feel like the story with that one was just okay. The story here, I think, is great, and there is everything you want in Who Done It. There are twists and turns galore. There's so many things that you will spend the movie trying to unpack. How did this particular thing happen? How does this work? And I think too, like, you keep waiting to see if something was dropped as a breadcrumb, if it's real or if it's going to come back. And, you know, that's the kind of thing when you read like detective fiction. Like, I'm a huge lover of detective fiction in general. My wife too, who actually got to come see this movie with me, which was amazing. She loved it. You want to, you know, those breadcrumbs. There's a science to how they make these stories, and this is a really, really good one. It all sort of revolves around this Catholic church. Josh O'Connor's character, as a disciplinary measure, sort of gets sent to this church that's like in the middle of nowhere, and has this really like demonstrative priest who, his flock, as they say, like his congregation is not growing. But the people who are in his congregation are really avid about him. So there's this kind of like need for a refresh. And so as Josh O'Connor gets there, he's kind of like the young gun. He's a little bit more contemporary in terms of his faith and everything. He starts to get into it, and the story just really unfolds in a really nice way. And there's so many different elements. You will be locked in the whole time. I mean, I found myself completely locked in the whole time, going, I think it's this person. Oh, wait, no, it could be that person. I mean, you will think it's every person.
Wow.
And they do such a good job with it. In the end, you're totally satisfied with the payoff. It's smart, it's thoughtful, it's super intentional. This is like what you want from this series with Rian Johnson, is like he understands the whodunit and he does it really well here.
That's very encouraging. I am a big stickler for momentum and pacing in a story, so that sounds like they've cleared the bar.
And I feel like this definitely has it. I feel like it definitely has momentum and goes and goes and goes. And you never really feel like major lulls in it at all. There's also a little bit of time weirdness where they're like, a part of the story is Benoit Blanc reading a letter from Josh O'Connor, and as he reads the letter, it's like kind of like a narration of what's happening.
Fantastic.
So you see things, and then you catch up, and then it's so that like that storytelling mechanism works really well too.
Beautiful. Well, let's take on our final take 3.
Yeah,
that's a lot of takes.
Take 3. It's the themes. The themes in this movie are super duper rich, and there are a lot of them. And this sort of ties into the story, but I wanted to save this specifically for last because I feel like for me, this is what really sets this movie apart from the other Knives Out movies, is how intentional it is about its theming, and the purpose of each character in the story. Sure, some people will probably see it and say like, you know, this is a commentary on a lot of things. This movie is. It's a commentary on a lot of things that are happening in our society. It's a commentary on religion, as you would imagine, given its structure. It's a commentary on groupthink and all of these different things. There's so many things. There's commentary on social media and just broader society. There's a lot of things packed into here, and each character plays a very important role in that commentary. And some you might go, okay, this one's a little too heavy-handed or whatever. Like I could see people saying that, but for me, it all works in concert really, really well. And the centerpiece again of it is Josh O'Connor, who is this character who anybody who sees this movie, you're just going to love. You're just going to love this character. He brings so much to the table, and he's not one-dimensional at all. And you might think like, dude, he's a priest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care how religious you are, like a priest is not going to be that interesting of a character. You're so wrong. There's so much to him.
There is. And
there's such a humanity to him that even if you're someone who's like, I don't like the religious stuff, because I mean, there's plenty of people who have like those certain things where you see a movie's about a certain thing and you're just like, I don't like that. And some people might see like, oh, it's about a Catholic church. No thanks. Like not interested. Please don't do that, because I promise you there's a ton in here. There's a really human story with really human themes, and things that will, it's a whodunit, so you think of it as like this like lighthearted, fun thing, but you will leave the movie theater thinking about things that you heard in this movie that character said and did, and it's really actually like very emotionally affecting and moving, and so that for me is like, I was like, okay, this is next level.
That's fantastic. So it's almost like, not that they've figured it out, because the first and second one of this trilogy are fantastic. Regardless, they have their own strengths, their own weaknesses. But
I think really what it is that this feels to me, you know how you can tell when a story comes from a very personal place for a writer? This felt, I was like, we're peering into Rian Johnson's soul here.
Rian Johnson was a priest, and he was sent away because of some disciplinary issues.
No,
he came across a murder.
We're gonna find out that this is actually his. It's like literally autobiographical.
Yes,
and this is why he writes murder mystery things, because he experienced
lived
it
them
firsthand. He is Benoit Blanc. No,
he takes a mask off, Mission Impossible style at the end.
Yeah. That would be hilarious. But I think for real, like with him, we know he's a good writer. I know you said it in the open, like polarizing guy, I think with the Star Wars stuff or whatever. But if you go back and you watch, like, I'm not going to comment on the Star Wars thing. You know my thoughts on that. But you go back and you watch movies of his, like Brick, like Looper, which is unbelievably underrated movie. This guy understands storytelling at a fundamental level, but there's something different about when it comes from a place of like here.
He just motioned to his heart for our non-visual listeners.
And that's what this is. And I feel like there's so much intention behind it because of that. And you could almost see him writing it being like, no, it's got to be this, because that, and it just all clicks together so well. And so that's what I think is the difference here. And it's a big payoff.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So let's recap before we get into our last looks. Take 1, cast. Take 2, story. Take 3, theming. I want you to put your best foot forward, Cam. Audioly, not visually only. Remember, there's 2 platforms.
That's right.
Okay. Last looks. Bring us home with a score and a bow on Wake Up Dead Man.
Yes. So Wake Up Dead Man, I think everybody's going to wonder, where does it rank? Where does it compare? I think, like I said, I was a little bit more down on the first one than some other people, not from a production perspective or an acting perspective or anything. Only the payoff was a little weak for me. Glass Onion has some issues with it. I remember when we reviewed it, I was higher on it. If I could retcon a score, that would be one that I would go do, because I felt like, we were coming out of COVID and I was excited about a Knives Out movie. I'll just say, hand up. But like, I think now I'm down a little bit, and I have that one actually in kind of like last place for my Knives Out movie. If you're asking me which one's the best one, I'm taking Wake Up Dead Man.
Wow.
I think and like, this is not recency bias. I saw this movie weeks and weeks ago, so I've had time to sit on it, think about all 3 movies. I even went back through like plot details from I didn't rewatch the first 2, but I want, because we've been like watching so many movies for awards. It's crazy. But I went back and, checked my notes on the other movies and refreshed thoughts. And this is it, man. For me, this is my favorite Knives Out movie. I feel like it's not perfect, just like Glass Onion, not perfect. And, you could argue that Knives Out is maybe the original Knives Out is maybe the best made movie out of all of these, but I love this one.
Okay.
I think it's got all the right elements you need to know who done it. There's twists and turns. There's bold choices. There's, really pinpoint accurate, tight storytelling. There's a really good cast anchored by Josh O'Connor. Not a perfect cast, but the top end is very, very high. And in the end, it's also a deeply moving and affecting movie that will make you think. And so for my money, this is the best Knives Out movie. I'll take Wake Up Dead Man over any of them. And I'm going to give it an 8.6 out of 10.
Woo! That's a great score. That's a beautiful score.
Yeah, I'm super happy about it, because, like, I don't know what the future holds for this franchise, but I think there was some concern from me heading into it about diminishing returns. Just kind of thinking back on Glass Onion and being like, you know what? That's not my favorite. I wouldn't want another. Like, it's a good movie.
You wouldn't want that to be the revised blueprint.
Agree. Yeah, and I certainly wouldn't want to take another step down.
Yeah.
From there. So to take a step up, and a significant one, in my opinion, to be the best movie on your third one, just makes me feel like if they do another one, I'm going to be thrilled. I'm going to be thrilled if they do it. This is a really good franchise overall, so I don't want to... I know, like, it makes it sound like I don't like Glass Onion. I like all three of these movies a whole lot, and I think they're all worthwhile, and this is a good franchise. I hope it continues. I don't know if Rian Johnson wants to do some other things, probably, but if it does continue, I'm there in the front row.
Yeah, I don't know what...
Well, not the front row. That's the worst
That
seat.
is the worst
I'm in the
seat.
middle.
How dare you? Get out of this room
I
right
bought
now.
my tickets late. I'm in the front row.
Oh, man. So that's a fantastic score. I love just getting to say take one, take two, take three. That's just super
good.
exciting. Like there's like a little bit of adrenaline each time. So I can't wait till you get to like say it. It's just gonna like
Give me the power.
it's a wonderful thing. We hope you guys liked it. Tell us what you think about that format. Tell us what you think about Wake Up Dead Man.
Yes, please.
Knives Out mystery.
I'm dying to talk about this one. I saw this weeks ago, and I've been sitting on it because another glance behind the curtain. When we get a Netflix screening, and we go to it in person, it's usually way before the theatrical release, if it has a theatrical. And so this one did, which was Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So I saw it before Thanksgiving, and they give us the option of like, what are you going to do? Are you going to release it theatrical or whenever it comes out for streaming? We always try to wait for streaming because that's when most people are going to see it, unfortunately. But yeah, so I've been sitting on this for a long time, and I'm like, other people need to see this so we can talk. So I'm sure you'll watch it very soon.
I will. Yeah, so date of recording, it's going to drop in approximately 4 hours.
Yes.
Which will be like 2 a.m. Which
December 12th.
I might be awake. Who knows?
So if this episode is out, the movie is also out.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. So you could watch us or listen to us and then watch the movie or vice versa. Hear Cam's extremely beautiful and eloquent take
Thank you.
on this film. And we would love for you to follow us, to like us, to see all of our content and more. We release stuff every single week. We're dropping stuff on YouTube. If you're watching now, we're dropping stuff on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and anywhere you listen to your podcasts. Anywhere you listen, we're there for you as well. Mostly weekly, so that you guys can decide, what am I going to watch next? Check out all of this and more on our website at the website popcorn4breakfast.com. That's popcorn4breakfast.com. And there's there's Facebooks, there's X, there's Instagram, there's TikTok, all those things are out there.
And just a quick plug, Kirk and I are both new members of the St. Louis Film Critics Association. We, as a critics group, just dropped our nominations for this week for 2025 movies.
Yeah.
And so go out and find that. Just go to stlfilmcritics.org and you will see our nominations list there. I'm sure at some point we'll reveal our nominations ballots as well, as far as like what we wanted to nominate and what got nominated. But we are voting on awards this Saturday, so we'll have our final awards as a group released next week. But be sure to check that out. It's been a labor of love. It's been a very good process and a fun time.
Yeah, it's affirming of the love that we have for film and how the community that we've built for you listeners out there, for keeping and clicking, coming back to us and laughing when I sing or when Cam makes me laugh. It's my favorite thing. So all of those things combined, we're so thankful for you. Like, follow, subscribe, send us random money. That's fine. That helps too.
Always welcome. I'm never going to turn it down.
Just if you see us on the streets, walking by ourselves, talking by ourselves, have pity and just slip us a $5, please. So thank you so much. Please listen, please like, and we will talk to you again soon.
See ya.